Hello and welcome everybody to the return of the Seeker's Realm. We're back after a week off again. Just the 2 times, I think, right? Yes, maybe.
Well,
and Supper's pointing at his boobs. Hey.
Did you get a haircut?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Take the hat off. That's unprofessional on camera while doing this.
All right, you asked for this.
Oh, you look like me.
I do. I look like my heroes.
Man, am I the only guy here with hair?
Yeah, you are, as a matter of fact.
Man,
I have hair.
I guess you better shave it off.
that's the point. I can't. I got enough hair to give all you guys hair.
Fair
I
enough.
don't want it. Summer's here.
That's fair.
Plus, I'm solar powered.
I'm not sure that's how a bald head works. I don't feel any revitalized. Shut up.
English
DMing
is
is gonna
hard.
be
I
hard tonight.
understand.
I know. I think I shaved off part of my brain. I love this new setup.
Hi.
This is great.
Hi.
Yo.
All right. Well,
Hello?
we've gotten my bald head out of the closet, so to speak. Welcome, everybody. Let's introduce our cast tonight. Same as ever, Mr. Supherbyus. Say hi, Suffer. Who
Hi,
are you playing,
Suffer.
Suffer? Who are you playing, Suffer?
Clorivious Demonary.
Fantastic. Mr. KiroKatchi. Who are you playing, Kiro?
Oh, that's me. I'm KiroKatchi. I am also known as Siyo and Silver. And I'm a halfling ranger, and I like to shoot the bow.
Fantastic. And you, Mr. Kuka. Welcome. Who are you playing?
Kuka, and I'm playing Ronan Underhill.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Wait, it's not Kuka Broken Claw?
I know the screen says Kuka Broken Call, but we won't talk about it.
Well, you see, what happened with that was...
Well, you
Fuck
see
you.
what happened was
I got a haircut.
So, Kiro rolls all nat ones tonight.
Yay!
Oof. Oof.
Sounds like me.
Mm.
Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, so... That's a good point. I will get that fixed for next time. Kuka, you are not Broken Claw tonight, but I can't really change that tonight because that's not a text. That is part of the image, so I will get that photoshopped and fixed.
well, we'll have to see what character he plays next week.
I mean, hey, maybe it'll
Aw.
take till the end of the episode for him to get revealed this week.
Mm.
And maybe I'm hanging out.
Yeah,
You never know.
hanging out with his cloud out.
Cloud9.
No, clout, not cloud.
I'll still go with Cloud.
Nobody cares about your cloud.
Yeah,
9.
all is ridiculous.
It even says my name on the back.
Nobody can see it.
I just turned. Good.
No.
Says Kuka Uzumaki.
Yeah.
Stop it. I will end
Believe
all of
it.
you. I'll
What'd I do?
destroy all of you.
I didn't say nothing. I'm quiet.
Oh, no. You're going to get destroyed because you're rolling nat ones all tonight. Okay, peeps. So, last time we were here, Mr. Suffer was not with us. Mr. Suffer was, that adventurer was in another castle. So we had a separate adventure with Mr. Kuka and Mr. Kiro.
And let me tell you about what a good time I had in that castle. What's that? Oh, I can't say it on stream? Okay.
Yeah, no. Prince Peach would rather you not describe it in any sort of detail.
Well, the prince still walking a little funny.
Hey, that's my joke.
Hey, I steal all things. I should have played a thief assassin character.
Yeah. Fun little offshoot. Have you guys ever watched what's the movie? The Gamers?
Yes.
No,
That old D&D movie?
maybe.
Oh, it's fantastic. Like one
Like
of the best
from the
scenes
80s?
something like that. One of the
I've
best
probably
scenes
not
is
done-
they walk into the bar and the thief is like walks over to this guy and he's like, I want to steal his money. And he steals his money. And then he's like, I want to steal his dagger. And he steals his dagger and he's like, I want to steal his pants. And the DM's just like, why do you want to steal his pants? And he's like, I don't want to steal his pants. I just want to see if I'm capable of stealing them. Okay, roll it. And he rolls it and he just pulls the dude's pants right off of him. It's amazing. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Gravy? Look at that. Oh, that's nice. And look at that. I even got a scar on the side of my head where Elon Musk put his biochip in the side of my head. So, I'm not actually here tonight. I am being controlled.
That's all right.
Alright, so let's get this underway. Can I really do what happened last time? If well, I can't really do that. So let's see. Last time, when we all played together, you guys followed the kid, whose name, Lumen, this name almost escaped me, but you followed Lumen up into the goblin caves. You guys encountered a couple of ogres, and Kuka got smashed and killed, but you guys freed Lumen from them after you guys killed them.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we had our break episode where Mr. Suffer was not here. And we ran a campaign, or a one-shot with Mr. Kuka and Mr. Kiro, where Kuka played his new character, who we'll meet tonight, and Kiro played a substitute character, because obviously Siyo can't be there. So, fruits of our labor, we're seeing what's going on tonight. Alright, boyos. Are those dice feeling hot tonight?
Always.
I changed
do I
my
even need
dice
to roll?
game.
It could be a
So-
1. It could be a 2. You never know.
Could be a 0 or a 1.
Get that out of the way. We're good to go.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, let's see. Why don't we... Let's see. You guys... Well, if I remember correctly, Suffer... As Clorivious, you were going to carry your dead bird friend out of the cave, correct?
Yes.
So,
I'm still showering and can't get rid of the stench.
yeah, you guys are, you've picked up your bird friend and you guys have left the cave and you guys have made your way back to town. As you made your way into town, the two of you noticed that there was like, everybody was gathering around you to kind of see like what's going on. There was one guy who, this redheaded dude who saw you guys carrying this dead Kuka bird and he kind of like ran off. And what are you guys going to do with his body?
I wanted to give it a proper burial, like with the trash or something.
Trash.
So you're just going to throw it out back, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was gonna dig a hole and drop it in and cover it.
That's fair.
I mean, that's how he lived his life, with the trash. He liked the trash.
All
Thought
right.
it was better than leaving him in a fucking cave.
So, as you enter town, and these people are all surrounding you, you you kind of see Lumen standing over there by the inn with his mother, and you're approached by a whole bunch of people, one of which looks like an older Lumen, and he gets to you guys, and he says, "So, you guys were the adventurers that went after my boy, huh? Looks
That's
like,
right.
looks like one of you guys didn't fare so well."
Ah, yes. Fair Stinkbird. May he rest in peace.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, but such is the life of an adventurer, correct?
I took a drink for him. Poor guy.
You drunk? That's all right. I'll do it too. I'll pour one out right here in my lap for him.
For the homie.
Mm-hmm. Also, Green Mall was a bad choice of drink tonight, considering my chroma key is blurring out my drink. Nobody on the
I
channel
like,
can see just how
that's why I like
amazing
drinking
it
Mountain Dew with the green screen on. It looks like a weird black bottle.
is.
I got some coffee in my suffer mug.
Nice. So, what are you guys gonna do with your comrade? You guys are... I assume you guys want to bury him.
Yeah.
Guys aren't even gonna do it like a eulogy for him.
You
Sacrifice.
can throw Stinky Bird in compost bin. He's very stinky. He make good fertilizer.
That sounds disgusting. I'm not sure that that's a good idea. Perhaps you should give him an actual burial. Or the town does have a small cemetery for fallen heroes and adventurers, if you would like to bury him there. Otherwise, we can find something else to do with him.
It costs money.
No, we honor the Adventurers Guild here.
Okay.
We'll bury him in said cemetery for dead fallen heroes, but we do require 2 bags of trash to be buried with him.
That shouldn't be a
Maybe-
problem. There's
Maybe bury him next to dumpster. So he always has trash next to Stinky Bird.
you want to bury him in next to the trash?
Yeah, that's why he will want. He like to. He always in trash. Smell like trash.
I
So
see.
anytime someone go visit the Stinky Bird, it'll be next to trash. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, it smell like Stinky Bird."
I see. Well, we can possibly work something out with that. All right. Well, I will figure out what to do with that. In the meantime, you can leave his body in the shed by the inn. That will be suitable for now.
All right, thank you. So I take him to the shed.
You get
By
to the
the
shed
inn.
and you pop it open, and it's pretty empty. There's like a few tools and whatnot in there. There's not really a whole lot going on, but looks like it's like a little maintenance shed. But you drop him in there, and as you do, you're approached by a guy. He looks like he's probably in his early 20s with short black hair. And he walks up to you guys and he says, "So, you're the adventurers in the area, huh? New to these parts? Are you guys new adventurers?"
You kind of
Kind of.
new, yeah.
I see. Well, so it turns out that I'm actually in need of some adventuring types.
What we get out of it?
Well, obviously, I'd pay you. I know exactly how the Adventurers Guild works.
Okay, I want money. I like money.
We'll discuss that after we're done with said task.
Okay,
Listen, buddy, talk cash.
What I offer you can be much, much more than cash.
Maybe future offspring for Siyo Silver?
Did he just say he wants to fuck me?
No,
Yes.
I didn't say you, but you say you have much more to offer.
I don't know how to deal with you.
Okay, you talk to the big one.
What is it exactly that you need us to do?
So I'm putting together a small team, and I want to delve a dungeon. The contents
Okay.
of the dungeon could be of great value. The dungeon is quite old and has, from what I can tell, never been entered by anyone. I have an associate who informed me of this place, and from what I've gathered, its energies are quite potent, so I'm very interested in getting inside and finding out why this dungeon was locked up so well.
I'm sure it was for good reason.
I'm sure it was, but I don't deal in people trying to keep me out of things. See, I'm rather important, and
Oh, yeah?
I tend to seek important things. And so, this dungeon I want to get in, You know, now that I'm actually conversing with you guys, I don't know if you're right for the job. That one looks like he wants to mate with something. He points at Siyo. And you yourself don't really seem all that interested. Perhaps I can find someone who the adventure calls a little bit stronger.
We haven't even got paid yet for our first job, and we lost a stinky bud. So we want to make sure we go be rewarded.
No, that's
We
fine.
are.
As you should be. But
We are about to bury a teammate.
I understand. If you should be interested, I will be at the inn pretty much all night, but I'm leaving tomorrow morning. So, you have until then to decide.
Sounds good. Ale's on you.
No.
Me, then.
Also no. And he just walks into the inn, and as he does, the mayor walks back over to you guys after talking to his son and his wife, and he says, well, it looks like we've managed to come to an agreement. You guys will be able to bury your friend behind the inn. If that's what you really think he would want.
Like, where behind the inn? Like, under the dumpster?
That would be unhealthy for the dumpster, so perhaps next to it. Just make sure that
Okay.
you dig the hole extra deep, because I really don't like the idea of a corpse rotting, especially one as stinky as that, rotting right next to the inn. So, bury it extra deep.
He will like the dumpster.
Just-
The juices from the dumpster will go next to his body. You would like that.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's shovels in the shed where you put his body. I will. Do you guys have any idea if he had a faith, or do you wish to put on a funeral for him of any shape, or is throwing your friend in the ground next to a dumpster kind of a big fuck you to your friend, and you want nothing to do with his funerary
No,
customs?
he like trash. It's no fuck you. He like the trash. He sleep
We would
in the
like to
trash.
have. We
He
would
smell
like
like
to
the
have a
trash.
small service. Perhaps the town folk will appreciate that he helped us annihilate the thieves' den.
And
Oh,
Dave
vents.
Lumen.
That's
The,
very true.
The first one. The first one. Nimbo. They call him the Nimbo.
I don't know why they would call him Nimble, but that's silly. Anyways, so here is your payment, and he hands you a bag, and
Nice.
it feels kind of heavy. And he says, inside there is, there's 40 gold pieces. You can split it amongst the two of you. And that should be hopefully sufficient for bringing my
I give
son back.
I give Siyo 10 gold.
I'm like, yay, I like 20.
You can't do math.
I can do man. I like monies.
What, you think just because he talks like that he's stupid?
No.
I like the money.
right, so
the
we
money,
each get 20 gold.
20.
Where do I go to add gold to my stuff?
It
It's
should
been
be,
like 3 weeks.
Inventory.
yeah, it should be, let's see.
Inventory. There it is. Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Manage inventory.
You what? It should be,
You just click on the gold.
Currency.
oh yeah, click on currency and then
sorry,
you can
guys.
add it in there. 20 gold.
I'm gonna single click it all the way up.
You monster.
Add. Boom. So much monies.
Did we take the gold off of Kuka's body?
That is entirely up to you guys.
Can I go do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
How much money did Kuka have?
Kuka?
1 second.
Oh, you didn't just have your dead character's character sheet up? God. Is this your first time playing D&D?
I don't even know you anymore.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Do, 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 do.
I like the money.
Bum.
Money,
Check your DMs.
money.
Siyo, check your DMs apparently.
No. That's
Me?
Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, why me? I'm not the one that's
Why not?
asking. Oh, Jesus. Hold the
Yeah, a
phone.
lot of shit.
Let's see. Okay. So give me a investigation check, Siyo. Because
Okay,
this bird has got all sorts of equipment and all sorts of gears and gizmos and whatnot all over his body. And it's kind of hard to, especially since he got crumpled, it's kind of hard to tell exactly where his hips would be and exactly where his gold pouch would be.
Okay. Investigation, that's a D20, right?
Yes.
$17 plus 1, so 18.
Okay. You find his measly gold pouch attached to his belt, which is attached to his hip, which is pretty much right up next to his arm. And as you reach for his gold pouch, you notice a thin silver thread attached to his gold pouch. Do you want to do anything with that?
Because he might just explode. Okay.
From the
Let's see
grave.
here. I see what's going on here. Can I see where it leads to?
It looks like it leads through his belt and up to his backpack. Or the bob.
The bob.
In the
Oh, I see.
meantime, I've grabbed a shovel and started digging because there's not a shovel probably Siyo's size.
It's one of those garden shovels that you like scrape out of a little pottery pot.
Oh, yeah. The mayor clearly left the hand spade for Siyo and took a shovel to go help you dig, Suffer.
Or a soup spoon.
Because he noticed that Siyo is essentially looting his dead friend, and he ain't comfortable with that, so he left to go help you dig.
Okay.
Is there anything else that I might notice that might be of value to me on his corpse other than the gold pouch?
The gear itself, you wouldn't know how to use any of it, but you suspect that the gear itself could probably be scrapped or sold or something.
Can I carefully hug on the thread and see if it does anything? Because he's kind of crunched up, right? So
yeah, give me a sleight of hand real quick.
14.
Okay, you just barely tap the thread with your finger, and you can see that it's attached to his backpack, and there's a little tiny lever right next to where it was. The bob is kind of a little bit tweaked as well, and it looks like part of the mechanism is exposed in the bob.
Bob.
Can I go ahead and hold that lever while I grab the gold? Pull
Yes.
it from the gold? So it doesn't fall down and do what it's supposed to do?
Yeah. So you reach down and you kind of grab the thread, or grab the little lever, and then pull the gold pouch, and the thread snaps, and you hear the sound of it retracting into the bob. But because you were holding that tiny little lever, nothing happens. And
Nice.
you now have a small gold pouch with 8 gold in it.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
Suffer. As
Yes.
you and the mayor are back there digging, Suddenly you hear a voice. And the voice sounds like it's kind of taking issue with you trying to bury your friend. Kuka, would you like to talk about your character? Introduce your character. Describe him to us.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see much of his body shape because he wears a lot of robes. He kind of has like an L shape to him, and he kind of looks like Siyo's size, but like a hunchback. As he's coming up, you hear him say, "What are you doing there? Are you guys the one that have Kuka?"
Oh god, he's talking in the third person.
This doesn't concern you.
Oh, it concerns me. Concerns me dearly.
I'm very proud of you.
He owes
very
me
nice.
he owes me a lot of money.
Not
Would
my
you-
problem.
What would you do if he don't have the money for you?
You're not even there.
Am I not? I
Well,
thought it was right by the dumpster.
it does concern me. And
You're
two,
looting the body.
if you guys let him die, and you guys are adventurers, that means his debt goes upon you guys. That means you owe it.
Don't think so.
Now you should read your adventurer's guide.
No thanks.
Clorivious, all sorts of defiant tonight.
I know, for a holy man, he's... Where's
I
his
think like I'm
body?
reaching into my pouch and I pull this out.
Where's his body? All the equipment he had was mine.
Again, this does not concern you.
Oh, it concerns. So, do I see the body?
Not yet.
No.
They're digging around back, and the body is around the side.
Okay.
The mayor just is looking at you guys like, who's the short guy? And hey, don't be starting any shit in this town. This is a friendly town.
I'm
you
not trying
wanna-
to start anything. He owes me a lot of money, and he's the one that's being upset. I want my equipment and my money. And as a mayor, you would want to hold that law correct.
Oh, hell no. You are not bringing me into these politics. I'm not an adventurer. We just give out jobs. If you want to incite some ancient adventurer laws, that is between you guys.
I'll put it like this. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. I have no idea what you're talking about or if it's even true. Why don't you just move along?
Shit smell bird. I do know.
Again, very proud of you.
Is there a way for me to get information from somebody around where the body is?
I mean, you can smell the bird from here, so
Yeah.
you could just walk over there.
All right, I'll just walk right past him and start heading towards the body.
I'll follow him.
Do I hear them coming?
You kind of heard some arguing going on back there, and before long, you see the Kuka creature coming around the corner. I forget what your character is. A hobgoblin?
Yeah, but you can't see much of his face or body because of the robes he wears.
Gotcha. Okay. So you see a very heavily robed hobgoblin come around the corner, and soon after, Clorivious is following. He looks kind of agitated. The mayor's following, just trying to looks a little concerned. Like, are people gonna start shit in my town?
I'm going to go ahead and take a few steps away from the body and just kind of see what goes on.
All right,
Tiny head
Mr.
pokes out
Kuka,
the
what do
door.
you?
So at this point, I see the body, right? So
Yes.
I shuffle my feet a little bit faster for a slow moving guy, and emotionally, even though Kuka stole all his equipment and didn't pay him for everything, but he kind of taught Kuka everything he knew and kind of raised him a little bit. So it's a little bit emotional for him. So he's kind of like showing a little bit of emotion over everything.
Does this character stink as well?
No.
He doesn't stink, and he talks.
Yes.
It's
So-
almost like a double bonus.
So, so he's kind of like hovering over the body, and you hear like a little bit of a sniffles, stuff like that.
Need a lozenge?
Yeah, pretty much. And I turn to look at the mirror and ask, what's the plans for his funeral?
You saw the hole we were digging.
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Mayor.
What? We were just digging a hole. What do you want?
To be honest, it was kind of like a son to me. And I throw the mayor 9 gold, and I say make sure that like there's a tombstone and that it's taken care of over time for him. I grab the head mask and I kind of put it on top of my head like I'm honoring him in a way.
The mayor just kind of like catches the 9 gold and then just kind of like mutters like, does he know how expensive headstones are? Okay. Well, boyos, what are you gonna Kuka or Ronan, are you okay with what their grave plans for him are, or are you contradicting them, or what's up?
Nah, as Ronan just wanted to make sure that he had, a nice plot for him, and next to the trash would be the best place for him. So which one of you two are the leader? Is the leader?
Leading me on what?
I'm sure it's a small guy over here. He seems to be the brains of this operation.
Sure.
Maybe.
What gave it away? Clorivious' one-word answers?
So, I'll make a deal with you. Instead of trying to argue about Kuka's debt, I'll work with you, and what money he would have earned goes to me.
But you have to be adventurer and graduate from the adventurer guild to be adventurer like us.
Yeah, we never really talked about that, SSR.
As far as I'm concerned, if your character doesn't have in their backstory that they're not an adventurer, then they're not an adventurer. But that doesn't mean that you can't go out and do stuff. That just makes you more of a mercenary than an adventurer.
Yeah. And you're allowed to work with mercenaries.
Yeah, you can work with whoever you want. The only difference is adventurers have certain perks and privileges that a mercenary wouldn't have access to, but if you're friends with adventurers, you might have access to those if they're willing to grant you those. Like, say, oh, I don't know, a person sitting in the bar that said that they were looking for adventurers and would only offer that quest to adventurers and would pass on mercenaries.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Because let's be honest, mercenaries are pretty easy to pay off and get them to switch sides. It's all about who has the bigger bank. But adventurers have a certain code that they are expected to uphold.
So what do you say?
I don't know. We get a lot of benefit being adventurer. What we get from it?
It sounds to me like he's saying he's willing to work with you and help you not die in an exchange for the compensation that your bird friend would have received. He's basically a mercenary.
I suppose we can see what you can do. And my character being so tired of this dead bird stench goes back to finish this hole.
It only takes you like a half hour, and before long you've got this this hole that is now 8 feet deep because you dug it only 6 feet, and the mayor said, "Yeah, no, not deep enough," and made you go an extra 2 feet. But afterwards, there's a small gathering of the villagers, and I mean, a lot of them are kind of looking at you guys like, why behind the inn and why next to the dumpster? That's so weird. You guys are weird. Oh my god, how did you guys ever become adventurers?
And at the same time, while they're doing this, I'm kind of sitting on the ground next to the inn near the thing, drinking an ale and going, "Let's carry home," and like just drinking away.
Kuka, you're drunk. Go home.
I'm not Kuka anymore.
No, you, Kuka.
Yeah.
So these adventurers are surrounding you guys, and the mayor kind of walks forward and says, "Today we lay to rest Kuka Brokenclaw, a new adventurer on his first paid quest, and it's because of him and his friends that I have my son back. It's unfortunate that he had to meet his maker, but such is the life of an adventurer. If any of his friends would like to give him some parting words before we bury him, feel free." And he kind of steps back into the crowd and lets one of you guys step forward if you would like to.
And I step forward and I say, "Folks, we have a treat tonight. You won't believe it. What a coincidence. But apparently Kuka's mentor is here and would love to tell you all about him." And I point over to not Kuka, but new
Hello.
Kuka.
Rodolfo?
Ronan, maybe?
Ronan.
That name sounds
I don't
really familiar. I wonder what that could be from.
And he smelled like shit, and he died like shit. Hail, hail.
Hail, hail.
I can drink to that.
To the dicky bird.
That was pretty good. Smelled like shit and he died like shit. I love it. A few people in the crowd kind of like put their hands over their mouths and give like a small like little giggle, like he said shit. But And what about you, young Siyo?
The stinky bird was a stinky bird. He gave me a red scarf, and I will tell it's a red scarf that he found in the trash can at the academy. So, yeah, and I will always have the stinky bird with me. For the stinky bird was a nice bird.
Very good. And with that, we lay dear Kuka Broken Claw to rest. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and, well, you know the rest.
Shit to shit.
That, yes. And, one by one, each of the people in the crowd comes by and grabs the shovel and scoops a bunch of dirt onto Kuka, and then they hand the shovel off, and so on and so forth until everybody's taken a turn, and Kuka is buried. The mayor kind of looks at you guys and says, I will see to it that a headstone is commissioned and made for him. Any, requests for engravings on it? Yes?
Yeah, I
No?
would go with, he smelled like shit, he died like shit.
That does seem to be the catchphrase of his death. So that seems fitting. All right, we will go with that.
Maybe put like a mechanical bird on the tombstone with it. He liked this little bird. It was like a no, it had like gears and stuff. It was like a mechanical bird.
I
like
will
that
see what we can do. That is such bad audio.
I only put it in this mic, you didn't hear it on, so.
Oh, okay. So YouTube got to hear it.
Indeed.
All right. Well, afterwards, the crowd begins to disperse, and what would you guys like to do?
I would like to go see a healer or doctor of some kind, get myself healed.
Oh my god, you did that last week.
It
Did I?
could be a long.
Were we in town?
No, it could be a long. Oh, you could always ask. Are we doing a long? Are they doing a long rest?
I would consider the time that you're in town a long rest, considering unless you guys are going out on an adventure tonight, which I don't know if you are, but if you are not, then you will have a long rest.
Which you'll get all your hit points and all your abilities.
Yay.
I'm gonna go to the inn and speak to the one guy about the dungeon.
Okay.
And
Suffer,
see.
Kuka, what are you guys doing?
I'll be in the inn, drinking, eating,
Drinking, eating?
on the house.
House. I'll be drinking.
Okay, you guys are all in the inn. Clorivious and Ronan, you guys are eating and drinking. Well, Ronan is just drinking. Ronan, you are going to be getting charged.
That's fine.
Clorivious,
Like
you are not.
Felony
because you-
charges?
Don't even know this guy. He could be a good guy.
Yeah. So it's just 2 coppers for you, Ronan, for for an ale. Clorivious is getting his on the house because he did return her son.
Yay.
And Siyo, you walk over to this guy with the black hair, and he says, "Oh, so you're back. Have you listened to what I, or have you considered what I said?"
Yes, we are thinking of go. Are you planning to go with us to the dungeon?
Am I planning on going with you to the dungeon that I told you I'm going to?
So we are escorting you.
That's the idea. You guys are going with me to the dungeon.
Okay. When you plan go to dungeon?
In the morning, first thing. Crack of
First thing
dawn.
in the morning? Oh, okay.
I'm a very important person, and I prefer to do things at the crack of dawn so that we can have our whole day to get things done.
What do you know about this dungeon?
I don't know anything about its contents. I know that it's guarded by a very powerful barrier.
And you be able to get through the barrier?
Oh, me? Yeah, that would be absolutely no problem for me. Essentially,
Okay.
I'm hiring you guys because I'm more than capable of getting through this dungeon, but I might need some meat shields.
Oh, okay. What type of reward are we getting?
That depends on the contents of the dungeon.
Okay, so we kind of share the loot of the dungeon? For
A bit,
escorting you?
yes. You will receive a portion of the reward from the dungeon, and if there is nothing in the dungeon, or if there's nothing useful in there, or not a lot of stuff in there, then I will financially compensate you.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
about this time, I get up with my drink. I tell them to serve, or I already ate, right? Or I'm eating. What am I doing? I grab my food, my drink, and I head on over to the table where Siyo's at.
Okay.
Walk
You,
in
pull up.
mid conversation, pull up a chair.
Oh, hello, meat shield number 2.
Hey,
Seriously,
do call
that's
me
what I will be
Bullet
calling-
Sponge Suffer.
You what?
Bullet Sponge Clorivious. He take all the arrow.
Bullet Sponge Clorivious. Okay, I didn't really care to know your guys' names, because, let's be honest, you'll probably end up dying in the dungeon, but
Yeah, we'll see who dies.
it most certainly won't be me. I'm
Good,
very
good.
important. I can't afford to die.
You seem very important. I can't wait to go crack some skulls. Let's do this.
Well, we're
Meanwhile-
staying the night here first.
And while they're talking, I'm waving down one of the waitresses or waiters and to bring me some food.
It's just the one, the barmaid, which is the mother of Lumen, and she sees you waving, and she rushes an ale right over. I see you guys are all settled in, so, just the two of you then, huh?
Maybe.
I believe we have a third.
Oh, you have a third now, and it's not the dead body you guys buried out back?
It is not. I kind of wave over for Ronan, like reluctantly, but come here. Come here, little buddy. Little fella. You're so cute in all your cloaks.
Come here, little
and
fella.
robes.
He isn't
And I'm-
he's just a boy.
And I make my way over there. And
A
I-
hobgoblin. Hello.
sit down and hit my cup onto the table. What's up, fuckers?
Nothing is up, fuckers. Welcome to the team, Meat Shield 3. Happy to have you. The more of you, the better. Honestly, if I could throw a whole army of adventurers at this dungeon, I would.
Wanna know how you're mercenaries?
Well, I can clearly see the tattoo that two of you have, and this guy over here, and he points over at Ronan. I see.
Maybe
no
I
tattoo on
have a
him.
tattoo and you just can't see it. You want me to undo my pants so you can see where it's located?
That depends on how much you like your genitalia being attached to your crotch and not your forehead.
Eh.
This guy seems fun.
I'm very fun.
I'm just drinking over here. My ale. Just...
I have a feeling we're not going to get along very well at all, but like I said, doesn't really make a difference because by this time tomorrow you'll probably all be dead. But, you know, no skin off my back. Plans of attack. I don't really care which one of you goes in first. Just know that it's a very ancient dungeon, so there's probably a lot of traps. There's probably some sort of ancient monster inside there. I don't really know. The seal that's on the front of it is ancient and powerful, and I will get through it, no sweat. As for the rest of the dungeon, who really knows?
Can I do a perception check on this guy?
Yes. Yes, you can. What are you trying to percept?
If he's like being full honest, does it seem like he's actually looking to go in here, or does he look like he's wanting to take us in a back alley and stab us in the back?
That would be insight.
Okay. Either or. I got a 21, a natural 20.
This guy is not bullshitting you. He is just this full of himself, and he honestly thinks that what he's getting into could be extremely dangerous, and he is determined to make sure that everybody that goes could potentially die except him. He is going to make sure that he is at least one of the only survivors.
So I guess we should rest up.
Yes, meat shield number 3. You should
What
probably get
time-
some rest.
What time do you plan to leave?
Oh, don't worry about that. I will make sure you are all up on time.
Will we get breakfast?
I would suggest you get your food in tonight.
I get hungry later. If I don't eat breakfast, I'm really grumpy and I get like really hungry.
You may want to have something packed for tomorrow.
Okay.
I
I do
don't have
have
time
like
to
2
wait.
meals packed already, but maybe I'll pack more.
I'm very busy. I don't have time to wait. I'm very important.
And so are
So-
my balls, but it's okay. They wait sometime.
So you're saying we should probably pack maybe a bag of nuts?
I guess if you specifically want to eat only nuts, then yes, you should pack the nuts.
How about these
Good.
nuts?
I'm sorry, is there supposed to be a bulge there?
I'm sorry. My guy's supposed to be like drunk right now. But okay,
Clearly, he's a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
just like the owner of the character.
High five. Psh. So
Why-
you guys
why-
better you guys should probably get to sleep sometime soon, and probably should not drink too much. I prefer my
With
meat shields
that-
to not be hungover.
With that, I pound the rest of my ale and get up and walk away and go look for the waitress lady.
She is at the bar, so you find her very easily. Oops.
And I just let her know, you need to have a talk with your son. He's not happy here. I don't know any of the details, but I wouldn't expect him to be around long.
What do you mean by that?
Talk to him. That's all I mean.
Aw, Suffer did something nice.
I appreciate your concern. I'll do that.
All right, I say, well, have a good night, my lady, and I'm gonna go ahead and head to bed and get my long rest and get all my points back.
All right. Clorivious heads upstairs to go hit the sack and then go to bed.
And I go to the bar maiden, Lumen's mom. And then, can I have breakfast, main? Because I won't have time to eat breakfast in the morning. I would like breakfast, please. That I can take on a trip tomorrow.
Oh, yes. I can have something made up for you, and it will be in your room and ready.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Can I get one more beer? One more ale?
Yes?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
She fills your mug up again.
I take this to my room, okay? We go
That's fine.
adventuring tomorrow. And thank you so much for the hospitality and for the food. Everything that's so good. Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. Just thank you for bringing my son back.
And I go up to my room and finish my cup of ale and go to sleeps.
All right. Ronan, what are you doing? How you finishing the evening?
I'm going to bed.
Oh, you just fuck it, going to bed.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't really need to talk to anybody. So.
Okay. So all three of you go upstairs and go to bed. While you guys are sleeping, you guys start dreaming, and you guys are dreaming about you're basically flying in the night sky, and you feel extremely weightless, almost like you could basically Superman fly, but as you guys are dreaming about being in the air, you feel like you start to fall. And you're falling, and it just doesn't ever seem like the ground is coming. And suddenly you stop, and you look down at your feet, and you're standing on cobblestone. And you look around more, and you notice that this stone that you're standing on is you're standing on the side of a tower. The tower is laying sideways, and you guys are standing on it, and there's a single window with a light on up at the top of the tower. And you guys start to walk along this tower towards the window. And as you guys get to the window and you're about to look inside, you awake. And all three of you are floating in the air, being pulled by invisible tethers by this black-haired man. All your belongings are like stacked up on your chests, and you're just laying in the sleeping position, but you guys are just floating behind this guy as he's walking. And as you wake up, you move ever so slightly, and you fall out of this position. Gravity just takes hold, and you drop to the ground. And you make a thud as you hit the ground, and he turns around, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are finally awake. Good, meat shields. Now I don't have to carry you the rest of the way."
I say, let's not do that again.
I told you, I'm very important and I'm very busy. I couldn't wait for you all to wake up, so, I took the initiative and brought you guys with me. But I'm not going to dirty my clothes by actually carrying you.
I gotta tell you, I can't wait to slam this guy's head into a rock. I said that as a player, not the character.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I guess I'd pick up my belongings and see this basket of food. Do I have my basket of food?
You do. Yep.
I just started eating out of it as we're walking.
I see that one of you managed to come prepared.
I like the food. The food you get. Your breakfast is very important. Most
Yeah, I heard you
important part of
talking
the
to
day.
Svenna last night. I can tell you like food.
I do like food. I like money. I like food. And I like my women.
You are a very peculiar little being.
I go ahead and gather all my gear and start walking in the direction that douchebag was headed.
So the site is just up ahead. I've managed to get us there relatively safely. I can't promise your safety once we're there. So I'm glad you decided to wake up now rather than later, you know. So
go ahead and get my hit points back. Okay.
Yep, everybody fill your sheets back up.
I did everything but the hit points, and that would have sucked to go in here with only 4.
Yes, that would have. You guys walk for a little bit longer, and eventually this path that he's leading you through the forest with, it kind of clears out into an opening, and you guys are facing like the side of a mountain, and in the side of the mountain there is a giant stone door. It's got this almost like rainbow sheen to it, and there's symbols and sigils and whatnot carved into it, and also hovering around it, just light runes floating through the air near it. Around it you can see what looks to be like the ruins of buildings and structures and all sorts of things. Like at one point in time there was a society that lived here, but it has long since crumbled, and the vegetation has begun to crawl up every single nook and cranny of these buildings and essentially try to return it to the earth. He looks at you and says, "This is the place. So I don't know what we're about to encounter, but I'm sure the 3 of you, I wish there had been more, but you know, you were the only people there. I'm sure you'll fare just fine." So,
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? No, I absolutely have no idea what you mean. Am I supposed to know what you mean?
I don't bother to respond to this guy.
Oh, you are a fascinating one. Not very fascinating, but, you know, you get the job done.
Remains to be seen, doesn't it?
You what?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Eh?
What?
You want to fight?
What?
Exactly.
Where do you get off?
Usually the
Pardon me,
bed.
sir, do you have any cool? Yep.
So I'm going to start to try to disenchant the door. And when I do, it's going to take me some time. I'm going to have to ask you guys to, you know, keep me from being killed or harmed in any way, shape, or form. Is that
Fair enough.
agreeable?
So don't let anybody come from behind and slit your throat. I think that's a good task.
That was incredibly specific. I'm not sure how to deal with that. So, yeah. Essentially that. Don't let anybody get to me and slit my throat. Because that would be bad.
We no get paid if you get shit throat.
Exactly. See, he's got the right idea. So, are we ready?
Been ready since you dropped me on my back.
I mean, we weren't there yet, so obviously you weren't ready, but you know.
Oh, I was ready.
All right. Then you guys stand back a little bit. I don't know how bad this is going to be. And he walks over to the door and kind of like holds his hands up like he's getting ready to cast stuff. And as he does, a strong breeze starts to blow through the area. You can see the vegetation starting to move kind of fast, like it's being tossed by the wind. And then this blast of wind kind of hits you guys, and it's like, okay, yeah, something's starting to stir in this area. You look up, and what was once a clear sky minutes ago is now shrouded in dark gray clouds. And you can hear the rumbling of thunder in the distance.
Have I mentioned that I have my swords in my hands?
I could believe that.
All right.
That seems pretty reasonable to assume, considering, one, you've been told to guard this guy, and two, you've been ready to stab this guy at any time, so...
That's for the dagger in my hilt, in my belt.
Gotcha.
Secret stash.
So, as you guys are basically now in what looks to be the eye of a storm, he is casting magic at this door. There's these blues and purples and black energies that start swirling around him and being sent at the door. And suddenly, a crack appears in the ground. And this...
I hold Siyo back a little bit.
Get back, you Siyo, get back. A giant, well, not giant, but a large metal gauntlet protrudes from the ground and slams down and, like, lifts. And suddenly you see what appears to be a big suit of armor rising from the ground. And it looks like it's extremely tarnished. What looks like it could have once been silver is now all sorts of rusted, and it looks like it's been sitting here in the ground for quite some time. But the armor is facing you guys, but then it like turns and looks like it's gonna start heading towards this black-haired guy. And let's enter combat. Roll initiative, boyos.
Natural 20 with a 2, so 22.
I got 9.
I got a 3. Get that one out of the way.
What is your dexterity modifier?
Mine is +2. That gives me a 5.
Not that. Like your dex. It's your dex. You rolled your initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So in the event of a tie, which you did tie with something, it would come down to dexterity modifiers, which
is +2.
You also are tied on. So I'm gonna give it to you.
Yay!
So you'll go before.
I'm blasting them with 3s, baby.
Cool.
All right. So as this suit of armor turns and looks like it's going to start moving towards the black-haired guy, you see two dagger-looking things that are attached to the armor's hips pop off and start floating separately from it. And Ronan, you are up.
How close is this to me?
It is about 10 feet from you. It's
Is
about
it
10 feet from all of you.
Is it in touching range?
Well, I don't know. Is your arm 10 feet long?
Eh,
The answer is no.
It can be.
It can be. I unzip. No, I'm just kidding.
He did say he's a grower, not a shower. Just remember that.
Yeah.
I don't want to play
So-
this game anymore.
So I'll move the because it would be like what, move forward 5 feet.
Yes, moving 5 feet forward would put you within melee range, which is also touch.
Then I will do shocking grasp to it, which it's wearing armor, so I get advantage.
It is armor.
So I get advantage.
All right.
Oh, the first one is a natural 20 with a 6 on top of it.
A 6 on top of it.
So 26.
Oh, yeah. Nat 20 is all that matters.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
now on my sheet it's trying to make me do what you do something differently than nat 20 than what the sheet does, right?
What do you mean?
So for damage,
Oh, yeah. So it's damage is your roll for damage, but then you would also apply the maximum amount of damage that you can do without your modifier.
yeah, I gotta bypass it because since I rolled a 20, my sheet automatically wants me to roll their version of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, disregard that. Just roll your regular thing and then we'll add it up. What do you roll for that?
Hold on. I mean,
No.
no, I'm getting rid of one of them. I'm getting rid of that.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
So a 3. And then 8. So 11 damage.
You don't add a modifier to that?
No.
Oh, okay. So 3 and then 8. All right. You
And it can't take any reaction.
is that a condition that does that?
If I hit it, the target takes the damage. It takes lightning damage, and it cannot take any reaction until the start of its turn.
That's not like paralyzed or something like that?
No.
Okay. No reactions got until its next turn. Got it. And how much did you say you dealt to it?
11.
11. Okay. Fan freaking tastic. Siyo, you are up.
All right. Now, is this thing like, does it have like flesh on it of any kind, like muscle tissue, or is it kind of just like an undead knight?
It appears to just be a suit of armor. There is no contents within it, so to speak. It is an enchanted suit of armor.
I don't know what I can do. I guess I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it. My longbow.
Gonna shoot an arrow at it with your longbow?
Yep.
Alrighty.
A 19.
A 19 to hit?
Yep.
That's a hit.
And then damage is a 1d8.
What type of damage is it?
It's physical, I'm assuming. I don't have like anything to enchant the bow or anything, so it's just gonna be physical damage.
Okay. Well, it also can be like piercing or stuff like
I
that.
believe
Oh, yeah,
arrows
it's
are
piercing.
piercing.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
they're
say, I
piercing
think-
damage. Yeah.
Okay. But also, like, if you applied poisons or something like that to it, then...
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, my homunculus is supposed to go after, but we'll get it next time.
Your homunculus what?
It's supposed to go after me.
So I
I
got
don't recall you
7?
having a homunculus.
Plus
Hey, it's-
3.
Part of my class.
So that's 10?
10 damage?
Yeah.
Nice. You guys are fucking rolling really high tonight, and I'm very uncomfortable with this. You shoot an arrow, and it just sticks into the back of this suit of armor, and afterwards, it kind of seems a little distracted by that, and it turns with this arrow sticking out of its back and a little bit of electricity surging through it. And it is going to, let's see, Mr. Ronan, you're the only one within melee range at the moment. So, guess what?
Doesn't Suffer go first?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It does an attack against you. Let's see. I don't think a 12 hits you, and let's see. Oh, and I don't think a 6 hits you.
No. So, just so that they get to see the true form of Kuka, like as he goes to hit him, pulls his arm up, and that shield like extends and opens up, and I go to my full, true, tall form where I'm like 6 foot tall. And I look over at our paladin, like, huh.
Cool, because I'm not looking at you, so do whatever you want.
Clorivious, your turn.
My turn?
Yep, you're up.
So I'm a little infatuated by these daggers floating in the air. And I'm wondering if I can move in and try to knock those out of the air or anything.
Is that what you want to do?
So
There's one on
he's
the left and one on the right of the statue.
what? Okay, so one on the left, one on the right, but he's facing Ronan now.
He's facing you
So-
guys, and Ronan just happens to be ahead in front of you guys.
Okay.
You're about 10 feet away
So-
from all targets.
So is there a side of him that I'm closer to?
That's up to you. Do you want to say that you were not directly behind Ronan and you were instead off to his left or his right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
So say I'm on this thing's right side or whatever.
Okay.
So my plan here is as I move in to take a swing at how far are the daggers from him?
They're like right next to him.
Okay, so I'm going to take a swing at the dagger and then a swing at him, at the armor, whatever.
Okay. Roll
Sound
it,
good?
baby.
All right. First one, is an 8 plus
That was against the dagger.
plus 8 plus 6.
That is going to be a miss.
Okay. Fair enough. Come on,
And now
dice.
against
All right.
Knight.
Second attack, I'm going at, I guess, like his arm or whatever's right there. So 13 plus 6, 19.
That's a hit. Fuck me.
Okay.
You guys are rolling too goddamn
That's,
high tonight.
That's a 1d6. Oh, that's a 6 right there.
Jesus.
Plus 4. So 10 points.
Jesus.
How's that armor looking now?
I mean, he just stabbed a scimitar through it. But I mean, it's armor. It's not like it's going to show you how much pain it's in. It doesn't feel pain.
Maybe it looks a little rusted now, you know?
It was rusted before, and armor doesn't bleed rust. You don't get to stab it and
sure?
then be like, oh yeah, it looks like it aged 1,000 years.
Are you sure that
Lose
it
dark
does
matter.
not bleed rust?
Because the
I'm-
Liquinator was technically made out of metal, and if you stabbed it, he kind of let out that ooze.
The who?
Liquinator?
Same thing with Stretch Armstrong if he pulled his limbs too far.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we were in the Terminator universe. When
Well, you
you
see, what had
finally-
happened was
Hey Kuka, when you finally start deciding to run D&D again, you can teleport us into the Terminator universe,
Okay.
but not a
I'm
moment
just here
sooner.
because I'm waiting on some Lovecraftian stuff.
It's funny you should say that because I'm still working on learning that stuff, and I might have a surprise for you guys at some point.
Cool.
Not sure when, and not sure how much I'm gonna feel up to it this weekend because it's supposed to be fucking hot here. Guys, it's
It's hot
supposed to
all
be
over.
it's supposed to be 103 this weekend.
Wow.
That is bullshit.
It's
Up here-
supposed to be like 87 or 88 out here with
Hey.
rain.
Hey, I'm looking for the person that asked.
I'm
Jesus.
sorry, Kuka, I can't understand you with that dick in your mouth.
Oh. He wasn't for a person to ask.
Oh.
I love you, SSR.
And Ronan got killed. Weird. How did that
No.
happen? Nobody rolled any dice. He just died.
Not again.
Oh no. Kuka's gonna have like the Kuka curse, and that's just gonna be like every session he loses a character.
He's gonna have just keep killing him until he agrees to DM again.
I wasn't gonna do that, but I kind of like that idea now. Kuka,
I mean,
I
didn't
want
say-
to play as a character at some point. Do not fuck
I-
me on this.
All right. I
don't want to be
so.
the only DM.
I feel you. I will come up with something.
And then we can alternate weeks or something. I don't know. Or you can pick a different night.
We'll figure it out. Continue
Yeah.
on.
Anywhom, Clorivious just jabbed his scimitar right through this armor. It kind of like looks over at him, just like it's got no face. It can't emote, but you kind of just get this feeling that if it had a face, it would be staring death daggers at you. And speaking of death daggers, hey, Clorivious,
Yes.
you're currently the target of its
Closest.
attention, and both of those
Fair enough.
daggers are going to come around its body and try to turn you into their personal sheath.
Penis sheath? What?
Yeah, that. That's a 9 to hit. That's not going to happen. That is a 15 to hit. Does that hit you?
That's a negative Ghost Rider.
One of the daggers tries to stab at you. You just kind of evade out of the way. The other one tries to stab at you, and you just twist your body just enough that it like just glances
Oh, it
off
was
your
close. It was
You what?
very close.
armor. Oh yeah,
Very, very close.
burra close. I don't know what is happening tonight, but you guys are rolling like really, really well, and I am rolling really, really bad.
What happens when you miss a week?
I know. Apparently, I'm out of practice with rolling dice.
I've missed 3 weeks. It seems like.
Ronan, you're up, and yeah, you've not had D&D for 3 weeks. How does it feel?
Good, good.
Hey,
Getting the grumpiness out of me.
getting the grumpiness out of you.
Uh-oh.
Does D&D turn you into a bitter old man?
Turn me into. Do you know me?
I know that the older people get, the grouchier they get.
Okay. I've been fairly grouchy this week, but nothing to do with D&D.
Oh God,
Yep.
me too.
I'll grasp it again. Do a shocking grasp to it.
Do it.
So I get advantage, so I get to roll twice. Take better of the two. 18.
I just threw him a dice.
Why do you get to roll twice?
Because it's metal, so I get to take it. Anything that is wearing metal, I get the
Mhm.
advantage on it.
That is a hit.
2 damage,
2 damage.
and then it can't take a reaction.
Well, why don't you tell me how it looks when this thing dies?
as it's falling over, it gets its thumb up like the Terminator as it goes into the pit of
That
lava.
is totally not what happens, but continue.
And you hear.
Hey, we are not meta gamers here. We do not do that.
No,
I would-
it just where it was metal, it just kind of looks like it's burning away and turns to dust as it floats away.
And
No,
As
no,
it-
no. It just crumbles and falls.
Hey, I
But
laid
the
the
daggers.
I
The
did the-
daggers are still on the ground for me to inspect.
I did the killing below, so I get to say how it goes.
as it turns to dust, this dust begins to glow and float up into the sky. And I'm gonna need everybody to give me a dex saving throw.
Yeah, I can do those. $22, natural 20.
This is some bullshit.
19, that's a
I got
21.
18.
What the fuck is happening tonight?
You said a dexterity check, right?
Yeah, I did. You bastards.
19 plus 2, baby. Let's go.
What the absolute fuck is going on? How am I supposed to kill somebody else if I can't roll and everybody else is rolling like fucking pro stat? This is some horse shit. Okay. So, as this dust floats up into the sky, you guys see these clouds like really starting to stir, and suddenly you guys get this feeling like you get goosebumps, and you know standing right where you're standing is not a good fucking idea. And each of you just sidesteps a little bit just in time because lightning strikes right next to all of you. That's some bullshit. Siyo, you're up.
What do I do? Like, is anyone?
Oh yeah, there's the
Yes.
two daggers.
There's the two daggers. Are they still floating, or are they
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of?
They're still floating.
My homunculus.
Hmm.
Oh, fuck me. Right. Yeah, the homunculus is getting skipped if you don't remember it.
That's why I thought of it.
Yep, good catch. If Siyo had started his turn, then fuck your homunculus.
Did you know that I have a homunculus?
No.
I do.
So
I've
This
got,
is- sick
I've got
bastards.
3 of various sizes between my legs.
this
I don't
Little
want to play
creature-
anymore.
this little creature comes flying out that kind of reminds everybody of what Trashbird looked like, and goes and attacks one of the swords.
What? That's some bullshit.
Did you end the stream?
No?
It's still up.
There it is.
Still going for me.
Must have had an internet issue real quick. It happened right when you said, I don't want to play anymore. And then I got a spinny circle.
I don't want to play anymore. Turn the stream off.
Yeah, it's a 9.
And thank you to our 20th subscriber to the channel, by the way.
You're welcome.
Oh, it was you.
That's not a hit. So
That's not a hit.
It wasn't me, by the way. Thank you to our 20th subscriber. Appreciate the hell out of you.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Thinking about
Ooh.
doing you know what, I'll do that. I'll talk about that at the end of the episode. Stick around till the end of the episode, guys. I might make a weird announcement that should have probably been at the beginning, but you know what? Stick around.
Yeah.
Anyways,
homunculus missed because the 9's not going to hit.
Oh, okay.
It's a
no,
ranged attack. So
Siyo, you are up, buddy.
all right. How do these daggers look? Do they like have a hole in it, or is it a standard dagger?
They look like they're made out of silver, and they're very ornately carved or ornately made. I I mean, they don't have a hole in them, no.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot an arrow at one of them, see if I can kind of like knock it, like kind of out of orbit.
Okay.
Here we go.
Make the roll.
Got a 16.
Total?
Did that hit?
16 total?
Yeah.
No. You shoot,
All right.
and your arrow whizzes right by one of them.
Damn.
Clorivious, you're up.
All right. So there's one close to me, kind of.
Both of them are right next to you. Right in front of you, actually.
Okay. Here we go. Switch over. Okay, I'll take a swing at one of them.
Do it.
I'm up. 14 plus 6 is a 20.
That is a hit.
Boom. All
Bastard.
right, that's longsword. That'll be a 1d8 here. That's a 2 plus 4 will be 6 points.
Good hit. Good hit.
I'm feeling frisky. I'm going to swing at it again with my scimitar.
Do it.
That's an 18 plus 6 is a 24.
Fuck off. That's a hit.
All right. It's going to be a 1d6. Another 6, baby. Plus 4 is 10.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know, man. I'm hot with this 6, though.
All right, you hit it with your longsword, and it kind of like dinged off of it, and it almost looks like it put a crack in the blade, but it keeps floating there. And then you follow up with your scimitar, and you just hit that same spot and split this dagger right in half, and it just
Nice.
crumbles to dust. And as it does, the dust begins to glow and floats up to the sky. Guys,
God
dex
damn
saving
it.
throw.
16.
15 plus 2 is 17.
Ronan,
Hold on. I got a 12, but if it's a failed ability, I can use Fortune from the many, and it makes me not miss my saving throw. So I need to know if I made it or not.
you made it.
Okay.
All right, same thing as last time. You guys can tell that with this dust floating up into the sky, you guys are gonna need to sidestep, and predictably, you guys move, and lightning strikes where you just were. You bastards. All right. The last dagger is right next to Clorivious, so it is going to make a stab. And that's a nat 20. Oh. Probably should have looked at this thing's stats before I predicted to put it in this fight. That is 7 damage.
To me?
Yes, it stabs you in the shoulder for a good old 7 damage.
Okay.
And then it pulls itself free. And it is Mr. Ronan's turn.
So where's this dagger compared to where I'm at?
It's right next to you. It's on your left.
So it's in. Would I be able to disengage and get behind it, or no?
You wouldn't even have to disengage. You could just walk around it, staying within melee range.
I just don't want to take a attempt of.
That's
advantage.
metagaming.
I just need to know where it is compared to where I'm at, so I can go around it.
You could easily get around it.
Okay. And I'll get on the other side of it, and what happens is I use my sword burst. What happens is spikes shoot out of my armor, and so it has to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it with Suffer right next to me, or
Fair enough.
he could get stabby.
How's 15 do ya?
You just make it. So.
Ah.
And then Homunculus goes.
Do it. Do it to it.
See.
Ain't none to it but to do it.
Nah, an 8's not gonna hit.
An 8's not going to hit.
No.
You're very correct. An 8 is not going to hit. Wouldn't it be great if this one dagger killed all three of you? Suffers on his phone.
No, I'm not.
Go bullshit.
Alright, then I have to end my turn.
All right. Siyo, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna take another. I mean, is it like out of suffer
Yeah, it pulled itself back out.
now? Is since Ronan went to the other side, is he blocking my vision or?
No, but if you miss, you will hit him.
I'm gonna
I
go
have
ahead
a
and take a
shield.
shot.
You have a shield.
I'll take a shot.
I'm pretty sure my AC is a little bit higher than that dagger's.
That depends. What's your AC?
Kuka, take a shot.
I gotta take a shot.
Shots! Demonetized.
Got 19.
19?
19.
This is some bullshit. I see you not using your dice cam. I'm just,
Well,
but it's fine. That is a hit.
as a hit,
That's a hit.
and here's the one I use. 1d8. I got 3 plus 3, so it's gonna be 6.
That is a solid hit. You hit it, and it looks like you chipped off part of the blade.
Nice.
Clorivious, you're up.
All right. I'm going to attack this bastard thing.
Do it.
First shot, 5. That'll be an 11.
That is a miss.
Okay. Scimitar. It's a 10. That'll be a 16.
That is also a miss.
Ooh, okay.
This dagger is not really liking being surrounded, so it's gonna flip itself around and take a jab at the guy behind it, and that is no shit another nat 20. So hey Ronan, can you is your AC 20?
No, it's 19, but
But oh, well, that's the lowest possible damage I could have rolled on a crit. So that's going to be 6 damage. It's going to stick you right in the hip. Just
I don't.
right in
I
the
don't have
side.
to use anything.
You what?
I don't have to use anything then.
And it's going to pull itself back out and continue floating between you guys. Ronan, you're up.
Then I'm gonna do a shocking grasp. Just do it.
Do it.
Does a 20 work?
Depends. Is it 20 or nat 20?
14 plus.
No, that hits.
Is it metal?
Yeah, it's silver.
Maybe I should roll again, see if I can get a natural.
Do it. No balls.
No, so the first one still hits, and then it takes 5 damage. And it can't take a reaction.
It takes 5 damage.
Yep. And then
Alrighty.
Homunculus. Homunculus got 23 plus the attack roll. Then
That is a hit.
it does 1d4 2. So 4 damage.
What does your homunculus look like?
It looks like a mini Kuka.
It looks like a mini kuka. Like
Yeah, but with wings.
bird kuka?
Bird Kuka.
Okay. Your homunculus just flies over and hits this dagger, and this dagger just shatters into pieces. And those pieces glow and fly up into the air. Hey, everybody, make a dex saving throw.
17.
16.
I hate this fucking game.
$16 total.
All right. You guys, same as every time. You guys just all sidestep the lightning.
We're kind of awesome. So
Yeah.
You guys are kind of rolling really ridiculous tonight. And it's kind of pissing me off. How am I supposed to kill all of you if you guys roll so well? Anywhom, as you guys wrap this up, you guys look towards your escort, whose name you guys still have not bothered to learn. And he looks like he is already done with the door. And he's kind of looking back at you guys and says, oh, I was just waiting for you guys to wrap up. Are we ready? Are we doing this thing? Also, sorry about the storm. That was totally my fault, but, you know, you guys handled that splendidly. Great meat shields. I ask again, are you guys ready to go in?
Sure.
yeah, let's get moving.
You have
Fan-freaking-
heals? Can you heal thee too?
Can I heal you? No, I'm not a healer.
Oh, okay.
I
don't need heals.
suggest that you learn to make friends with health potions if you're going to be an adventurer.
Not for me. I go ahead and walk in, I guess. I just walk, like, behind him.
So he walks towards the door with you guys, and as you guys get close to it, he kind of puts his hands out and, like, pulls them apart. And as he does, these giant stone doors that make up this entrance slide apart. And as they do, these doors weigh so much that you can feel the ground under you shaking and trembling. And it finishes opening, and inside you guys hear what sounds like a voice, and it's saying something, but it's in a language that I don't think any of you have.
What language is it?
I don't know,
It
I
would
know
be-
some languages.
It would be Abyssal.
Oh, I know that one.
You do?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No, I don't. I'm joking.
That's what I fucking thought. Bullshit!
I don't have that one.
Alright. You guys hear this talking going on, and your guide kind of looks at you and says, any of you have even the remotest idea what was just said?
Did I do an Arcana? Or a history?
For what? That's
Maybe Turpit?
no.
Oh, okay.
None of those.
I don't know what
skills
the
fit.
fuck that was.
You are incredibly unpleasant.
Yeah, I get that.
I like Suffer's dice.
I do too. They're very nice looking dice.
Thanks.
Well then, shall we go in?
I thought we already said yes.
Yeah.
All right. Just wasn't sure if you guys were intimidated by the booming voice that we couldn't understand. Anyways, let's go.
No, I slept next to this tall guy here. He's loud enough with his snoring.
That's a total fact.
I don't want to know. Now, if you don't mind, the three of you, go. I will need the three of you to, make way for any traps.
Perception check.
Is the cave pretty lit up, or
There is no light source in here. It is pitch black.
I light a torch.
Do you light the torch?
Yes.
All right. You light the torch. And as you guys start stepping into this cave, the torch, even though it doesn't seem to get any brighter, the light that it's emitting seems to expand to fill the tunnel.
Beautiful. I would like to do a perception check.
Do it.
I'm a,
20?
I'm a do one too.
20?
Natural 20?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That was a little off camera, guys. My apologies. But there it is.
All good. I don't trust you, but we'll go with it. Just kidding. As you start to enter this dungeon, you guys, Suffer or Clorivious kind of puts a hand out and tells you guys like stop. And you guys look around and you can see that it's very, very thin. But in the ceiling of the cave, there's a tiny ridge or a tiny little slit that extends the whole roof of this thing. And as you look down, you see a few stones that look like they might not be stones. Do you guys want to trigger them, or do you want to not trigger them?
Well, we don't. All we were told is stop, so we don't know anything about stones. We weren't told
So I
about.
that's
described
true.
to you what he just said.
So now you guys are very aware of what was going on.
Do you think these stones able to be just walked around and not even touched?
Yeah, you can. It's more of a question of, do you want to deal with this now, or deal with this later, or just try to avoid it altogether?
What do you think, boys?
I don't know.
Meat shields. Trigger that thing.
I'd take a couple steps back away from it.
Hey,
How many stones are
congratulations,
there?
Meat Shield 3. You just signed yourself up. Trigger that thing.
How many stones you say? 3 of them?
Yes, 3. They're all kind of laid out in like a triangular pattern.
What colors are they?
They look like stones. They're not really colors. They look like they're painted to match the rest of the floor.
Okay, I poke at one of them.
You poke at one of them?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Nothing happens.
I poke at another one.
Nothing happens.
I poke a little harder.
Nothing happens.
I put my foot on one.
On one?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
You said there's 2 or 3?
There's 3.
How far apart are they?
Close enough that if you meant to, you would step on all 3 of them at the same time.
Fuck it, I step on all 3 of them at the same time.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. It's an 8 plus 2 is a 10.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and take 12 damage as you try to jump out of the way of this giant guillotine blade that plummets from the ceiling and manages to gouge you in the shoulder before you manage to just push it out of the way.
Cool.
All 3. You had to do all 3. Okay. But as this blade falls and hits you, and you push it off, you notice that there's some sounds that are coming from up ahead. And it sounds kind of like footsteps.
Okay. Am I the only one that hears that?
With your perception, yes. Nobody else has made a perception check.
So I say, that fucking hurt, and I hear footsteps, assholes.
This guy.
When he is kind of like recovering from it, I kind of put my finger to his chest, but he doesn't realize it. But I say that was stupid, but in reality, I did cure wounds on him.
All right. How much do you heal him for?
5.
Hey, look at that. Clorivious. You feel the wound start to stitch itself together. It's still incredibly sore and incredibly tender, but you are no longer bleeding, and your flesh is no longer rend.
Yay.
Holy shit. It's almost like it's useful having somebody that can heal in the party. What'd that cost you? A spell slot?
Yeah, I have other stuff though.
Yeah. Alright. So, Clorivious has now informed you guys that, indeed, that fucking hurt, and there is footsteps ahead.
I go ahead and ready my bow. And I kind of look at the others. Like, what we do, guys?
I'm,
Llama?
I'm going to use Divine Sense.
What is Divine Sense?
This is, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Within how far?
60 feet. 60.
Okay. You detect something up ahead. Let me think how to word this. You detect something, it would define itself as good. It defines itself as good, but
Would define us as evil?
it would define you as evil, yes.
probably
As
Kuka's
far
fault.
as celestial, undead, or fiend, you do not detect that.
Okay.
So it's none of the above. But you do detect something up ahead that would consider
Only-
itself good and you evil.
Only one being?
Yes.
Okay. I say I detect one coming for us.
Now,
What?
do I sense any kind of like magic being used right now throughout the caves?
That depends if you have some way of detecting magic.
I have a Arcana that's high that I can.
Arcana is not detect magic. Detect magic is an actual spell.
I'm talking about
is
like the planes of an existence. Like this cave is magical in some kind of way.
Yeah, that would still fall under detect magic.
No, because I'm reading it right now. Under Arcana says it can be used to look at the planes of it. Understanding magical traditions or symbols or magical items.
It's your ability to recall lore about magic spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, the planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes.
Yeah.
You don't have any lore about this cave. Nobody has been in this cave.
I guess I had to do a perception.
All right, roll it.
2.
2?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that Clorivious is full of shit and there's nothing coming.
I don't see anything. I don't hear nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
These footsteps, Clorivious, seem to keep getting closer and closer and closer. And within a few more seconds, you can make out the shape of something humanoid. As it keeps approaching, your torchlight begins to hit it.
Before it gets too close, real quick,
Mhm.
I'd like to use 5 points on myself from my lay on hands pool
Oh yeah, get it, son.
because I am hurting.
You see this thing coming, and you're just like, "Let me touch myself real quick," and then you healed.
I touch myself. Okay, sorry. All right, so now it's in the torchlight, and I say, "See, look, you fool!"
And you see, essentially, a suit of armor like was outside, except this one is still extremely pristine and silver, and it's not as big. It's more your guys' size, whereas the one outside was like 10 feet tall. This one's only about, 5'8", roughly. And it is walking in your general direction. As it approaches, you guys notice it doesn't seem to have any weapons on it, but neither did the one outside, other than the 2 daggers, which were sentient, or not sentient, but attackers of their own. And the armor kind of like just walks right past you guys. You and your employer. And it just walks to the front of the cave and stands there for a second. And then it turns and walks back the way it came, right past you guys again, and then just keeps walking out of the torchlight and away.
Maybe it goes by sound.
As you say that loud enough that it could hear you, it continues to walk away.
Do we follow it, guys?
I would say, yeah, maybe we follow the path it's taking.
I would also say yes, considering we're here for, expensive things and important things. I'm very important, so I like important things. So perhaps you guys should, find said important things.
Yeah, I'm important too.
I thought you were going to find the stuff and we were going to protect you.
That is why you are being hired.
So which way should we go?
Well, it's a tunnel, so we could either go back the way we came, which no, we can't, or we can press on and follow that construct.
Can I just fucking choke this guy?
I mean, yeah, you can, but or you can try.
That's it. Well, man of light, lead the way.
All right, so I lead the way because no one else wants to do shit.
I thought I was already following the construct.
I mean, Siyo did say he was following it. So technically, you're following Siyo. But, hey, man of light, he still needs the torch, so...
So I'll move very, very slowly and cautiously.
You are moving very slowly and very cautiously, and you can kind of tell by the sound of the footsteps that your caution is making Siyo and this construct kind of gain on you, or they're getting a little bit further ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really seem to matter, because Siyo, before long, the construct comes to what appears to be a cliff, and it just stops.
Oh, shit.
And you are able to stand right next to it, and it doesn't seem to realize you're there, or it doesn't care, or something, because it's not reacting to your presence. But as you get to this cliff, you can see what appears to be like a greenish blue light coming from somewhere way up ahead and up above. And you feel like it's reacting to your presence in this area, and the light begins to grow brighter and brighter until it is not painful to the eyes, but you look out and you guys are essentially inside a massive cave that seems to contain an entire city. And this bluish green gemstone rock, whatever you want to call it, that is in the roof of this cave is basically acting as this city's sun. Clorivious and Ronan, you guys catch up with your employer and look out, and you guys are also seeing this. And there is a massive city out there. You can see what looks to be like housing districts where, like, based on your guys' knowledge of what a city looks like, there's the housing areas, and then there's like a market area, and then there's an area where siege weapons and weapons and armor and stuff would get made, and there's an industrial area. And in the middle of all of this, there seems to be a building that stands above all the rest, and it looks different than anything you've ever seen, but judging by the importance that they've placed upon it by putting it in the dead center of this city and adding all these statues and intricate carvings into it, you would guess that it is some sort of temple.
Do we see people, or they're just like an empty city?
So as this light illuminated and lit up this whole city, the suit of armor that's next to you, while it doesn't seem to have anybody or any mechanisms inside of it, you see a bluish green, almost smoke effect inside of it. And you begin to see that same effect throughout this city. And these effects are wandering, leading you to believe that there is hundreds, if not thousands, of these constructs down in that city, just wandering.
Do they seem to have any care about us being there?
You guys are too far away from the city at the moment to really tell. But the one that is next to you, after a moment of supposedly gazing out upon the city, it turns and begins its trek back down the tunnel towards the entrance, almost like it's on a loop.
Are there any animals nearby?
There is no animals. This cave is vacant of any and all life. There is no vegetation growing in here. There is no animals making sounds. There is nothing. And based on that, aside from the constructs that are moving around, you would assume that this city is essentially abandoned, or perhaps one giant graveyard.
Graveyard sounds right to me. I turn over to Douchey McGillicuddy and I say, hey, that tall building in the center looks like an important place for an important guy like you.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't realize that you were important enough to use the word important so often.
Can I just shove him off the cliff?
I mean, yeah, you can. Give me a strength check. Just kidding. Unless you actually want to. In which case, then actually give me athletics.
Then we don't get paid.
What if we find cool shit and keep it for ourselves? A man of God wouldn't do this. I'm speaking as the player.
but it's fun. Your director's cut commentary is pretty on point.
What's the path down? What do we...
So off to the left of you, there seems to be a small path that looks like it cuts into the side of this cave and kind of hooks back around and goes at a downward incline until it weaves its way like a windy country road all the way down to the entrance of the city. Mr. Bossman says, I really don't feel like walking down that, so if you guys want, I can just get us down there.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
And he just kind of snaps his fingers, and as he does, you guys kind of feel like a jerking motion, like when you guys kind of go over a bump or something and you can feel your guts lift a little bit. And all of a sudden, you guys, in a flash, everything around you changes, and you guys have been teleported from up on the cliff to about 100 feet down and 100 feet forward to the entrance of this city, where two of these suits of armor with this greenish blue smoke moving around inside of them are essentially standing guard at the front of the city.
Do they
Do
notice
they
us?
react?
They do not.
So I'm gonna have my Oculus just do a flyby,
Do a flyby.
just to see if they react of it going doors,
Going indoors.
going through the gate, right?
Yeah.
Is the
I
gate
mean, it's
closed?
not a gate. It's more like an archway.
Yeah.
But you're going to have your homunculus fly through there.
How tall is this archway?
It's a good 50 to 60 feet tall.
Okay, because he's gonna fly about 40 feet in the air and go through the archway just to see if there's any reaction.
There is no reaction. You can hear other suits of armor wandering around nearby, but none of them seem to have taken any sort of notice of you. Or just don't care.
I go ahead and I go in.
As you go in, you're loaded with arrows. No, just kidding. You enter the city, and yeah, the suits do not react to you. You do, as you enter the city, get a peculiar feeling, like, as I said before, this place could be abandoned or it could be a graveyard. You kind of get this feeling in your gut that there's a lot of death here, and that this place wasn't abandoned. You kind of get this feeling that this is a tomb, and that everybody here that used to live in this city is probably in one form or another dead within this city.
I'm gonna look at him. We should find a base of operations before we go any further.
You want to set up a base of operations in this city. That's probably the smartest thing you've said all day.
Yeah, I'm kind of a genius. Besides
Like
just
the big tower.
besides the little guy, the little guy's the brains.
Like the big tower. The big tower is probably good space.
The tower is a ways away. Do you want to try to get to the tower right now? In fact, it doesn't really look like a tower. I'm just going to call it a temple.
You want to go to the temple?
I'm okay with just going to the temple if we don't need to set up camp somewhere.
We could get close to the temple.
Yeah, let's get close to the temple.
Very well. We shall proceed closer to the temple. Forward, meat shields.
Now, do we see like anything like armor on the ground or anything of value as
There
we're
doesn't
walking through
really
the city?
There doesn't really seem to be anything. The city looks empty, almost like the only thing that is still in this city is the empty buildings.
Now, anything like look like there's anything inside these buildings?
From what you can tell, all the buildings look like they're completely intact, so you can't really see inside the buildings without actually checking inside the buildings.
What about in like the market district?
The market district
notice
is kind of
anything
off
there?
to your guys' left a ways.
Uh,
You could see it from up above, but now that you're at the entrance of the city, everything is a lot further away by comparison. It's a big city.
Maybe we
Freaking
should go.
huge.
We should go to the blacksmith. Maybe we find a better weapon to survive. Well, guys, we go to a blacksmith.
Do we know
You
where the
want to
blacksmith
go
is?
You want to go to the blacksmith?
Well, then we repair weapons.
That's not even remotely in the direction of the temple.
Hmm.
If you guys want to go to the blacksmiths, I'm fine with that, but
Maybe
some
we can
point-
see how these constructs are made. Maybe they make them there.
you want to see how these constructs are made. These constructs are not attacking us as of this
Not
moment.
yet.
So, what do we care how they were made?
Because we might be able to find out how to destroy them if later if they do decide to attack us.
You guys did just fine with the one outside.
But that's one, not many.
I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but I'm very important, and this sounds like a very unimportant waste of time.
And we
I
could
look at
probably
the
figure
others.
it out in the temple anyway.
You what?
We could probably figure something out in the temple anyway.
I'm just waiting for you guys to say, man, fuck your opinion. Let's do what we want to do.
Well, I guess we head to the temple. I mean, I can't win the
Where's-
argument.
If this guy knows where everything's at, where's the damn blacksmith?
The blacksmith is off to the right. You guys couldn't see it while we were up there? That's what I'm saying. The temple is straight ahead for a ways. The market district is on the right. The living quarters and the industrial district is off to our right.
Cool story, bro.
It is, isn't it? It's a very important story coming from me.
No, it sounds fucking important.
So why can't you just teleport us?
Because we're now within the limits of the city. If I decide to use magic to move about the city like that, it could trigger aggression from our very stoic guests.
Hmm.
And I would rather not trigger aggression from an entire city's worth of constructs.
Well, let's head to the tower, I say.
I guess we head to the
Sounds good
tower.
to me.
Oh, you are just such wonderful meat shields.
Ugh.
You guys progress to the tower or the temple, and as you guys are going, you guys are passing by all these different buildings, and you come across like a whole bunch of houses, like all right in a row, and
Mhm.
you can see some of the constructs kind of hanging around some houses. Kind of like they live in those houses, maybe, or something, or they're just guarding those houses, or something. They're acting strangely around some houses. Ignore it and keep going to the temple, or interest.
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 Do you guys
Good.
approach the house, or do you approach the constructs, or what?
Yes.
Approach the house.
Okay. Do you want to go in the house, I guess, was a better question. Or do you want to just observe the house?
Do the constructs react to us approaching the house?
They do not. They are... The house that's closest to you, there is 3 constructs, and one of them is kind of just standing near the house. Another one is kind of looking through a window into the house, and another one is just kind of like crouched with its back against the wall.
Okay, can I put my hand on the door before opening the door, see if they react to me just touching the door?
Yeah. As you touch the door, they all stab. No. They don't do anything. They don't react.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go inside the house then.
All right, you go inside the house, and
I'll wait
through
by the
these-
doorway.
you wait by the door. Clorivious,
Yeah.
you?
Doorway. So like
I'll-
I'm like in, I'm not in or out. I'm just like right there.
That's what standing by the door means.
I'll go
Making
in
sure.
that damn house.
You're in the house, Clorivious?
Sure.
Alright. Inside the house, it's almost like the roof of this house is not transparent, but somehow the light from the giant stone in the ceiling of this cave just bleeds through enough light that the house is dimly illuminated. And you can see that there's a table, and there's chairs, and there's like a kitchen area, and there's 3 beds in this house. And in each of these 3 beds, there is what appears to be
Bears.
a soot imprint of a person.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah. What are you trying to perceive?
See if they're like old prints or if it's something recent.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
My perception is so it's gonna be 15.
This soot is very old, and it looks like it has not been disturbed ever. Like, almost like this soot that was laid here or whatever was that looks like a person. Well, the sooty outline of a person it's been there for God knows how long, but it's old. And it's never been disturbed.
Is there anything of value in the room?
It does not appear so. There is no
Like any-
silverware, there is no food, there is no really anything.
Hmm.
I
Mainly
say,
metals.
Siyo, we should let the dead rest.
Oh, Clorivious.
Okay.
You
I
know
was
what?
trying to see if there was potion for you because you are hurting.
That was good. That was good RP. Since I'm remembering it right now, Clorivious, take 1 inspiration.
What is that?
It's a little checkbox at the top of your character sheet. Basically, whenever you roll a d20, you can spend that inspiration to gain advantage on the roll, so that you roll twice and take the higher number.
Okay, I don't see it.
It should be right next to your speed, between your speed and your hit points.
Hit points. I got my hit point. Oh, inspiration.
Yep. It's a little checkbox that puts a little sun in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you can only have 1 inspiration at a time, but yeah, it's basically just whenever you would roll a d20, instead you can spend that and roll 2 and take the higher one.
Okay. Yay!
Yeah, that was good. I like that. The let the dead rest. That's very paladin-y of you.
Thank you. I'm trying, man. It's not a class I'm comfortable with, but it's not a bad class.
It's interesting, to say the least. I'm a little surprised to not see you using your level 2 spells and whatnot. Instead, just stab. But that's the barbarian player in you.
Yeah.
So
And
after he says,
I have used the spells. I just
A little bit, yeah. Just not today. Well, cure wounds,
yet.
but lay on hands. But anyway,
thing is, I only get 2 right now, so
Oh,
Gotta-
right.
I gotta really watch when I use that.
Gotcha. All right. Siyo, are you leaving the dead to rest?
Yeah.
And Kuka, you said you were going to say something?
Yeah, I say after he said his little speech, said, "Yeah, who cares about his dead? Let's go."
As you guys walk out of the house, you notice that the 3 constructs that were outside this house kind of like all look at you, but then go back to just basically standing there and doing nothing.
That's interesting.
Almost like the 3 soot imprints in the house might be those 3 constructs.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Now these don't have armor and stuff, right? They're just the glowy stuff.
Well, the constructs are the suit of armor, and there is
Okay.
a bluish green smoke that fills the inside of this armor, and
Okay.
it's glowing a little bit. You guys make your way to the temple,
Yes.
and you guys begin
Nothing
climbing
else
the steps.
interesting on the way.
You what?
There's nothing else interesting on the way.
Not particularly. It's you see a few more houses with constructs hanging around them, and then a whole bunch of constructs just kind of wandering throughout the city. But you get to the temple, and there's a few constructs that are outside the temple, kind of on their knees in prayer, and a couple just kind of standing around the temple. The temple does seem to be the most populated part of the area. But yeah, you guys begin to climb the stairs to the temple entrance. And that seems like a good spot to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Be very.
I gotta go feed my kitty real quick, so 5 minutes.
All right.
Siyo's been trying to feed a kitty this whole game.
Yeah. Sup, nerds?
Hello?
Hello. Just
Hello?
waiting on Kuka. I said 5 minutes, and here we are 3 minutes later, and fucking no Kuka.
Been 5 minutes already?
I don't think so. I just like to grief people.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Boom, boom.
Kuka! Hurry up, sweetheart.
He said he had to poop.
Oh, god damn it. That makes me have to poop.
Ooh,
I also
was
made that up.
late, though.
I just like to say poop.
I also like to say poop, but I prefer fecal matter.
Poop.
What can I say? I'm German. We like our fecal matter, yeah. Shut up.
My fecal matter is very important. I'm a very important shitter.
I'm a professional shitter.
Say important one more time, motherfucker.
Oh, don't worry, I won't. It's not that important that I do. Is he getting on your nerves?
No.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
Not as bad as the rat guy.
Oh, the guy that, yeah, that guy is 100% done with your guys' shit.
Can I stab him in the belly?
If we go back for the cheese.
I mean, yeah. You could commit a murder in a town that usually likes adventurers, and then the adventurers are no longer welcome in the town
Fuck it.
as a whole. Then
We'll
you
just
guys
blame
can
it
go from
on,
being adventurers to being renegades.
We'll just blame it on Roland.
Roland? Or Ronan?
Ronan, yeah, we just blame it on Ronan.
There you go.
Like, he's not an adventurer like us. You don't follow the code.
He's just a dirty fucking mercenary.
Boom.
It's about goddamn time.
Is that a healthy BM?
I had to take a poop.
Jesus.
I told you. I told
Fecal
you.
matter.
Shit happens.
You a power pooper now?
Hey, I went Super
We're-
Saiyan level 2.
We're talking about the
Hey.
broken claw.
It's unacceptable unless it's over 9,000.
Super Saiyan level 2 is above 9,000.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't watch fucking dumbass fucking Dragon Ball Z. That shit show.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, on that note, guys, I'm out.
I mean, I only got Brawly right here, you know.
He has to know
Yeah, it
something because he already knows what over 9,000 is, so
He knows a little bit.
Hey, Kuka, I exist
bit.
on the internet. I can look up a fucking meme.
uh-huh. I think we have an in the closet Dragon Ball Z fan.
Definitely. Also,
signal.
Suffer is in another castle.
We will not tolerate Dragon Ball sleaze. Dragon Ball sleaze.
Dragon Ball
Never mind.
Sleaze.
Dragon Ball Z slander, you bastard.
Hey,
Why-
I
why
can't
you
help
got
it if
no
the show is
signal?
ass.
Ah.
Anyways, we're back,
Hey,
people. What's up?
That's
What's up?
why
What's
I
up?
said, wow, I'm out.
These guys are
Fine.
just going up the temple.
We're going in the temple or we're going up the temple?
You're going up the stairs to the temple. You guys get to the top of these stairs, and there is a whole bunch of these constructs up here in prayer. And you look, and the temple is kind of just like an open face thing. There's no door or anything. It's just like a what are those buildings that they had in like in Greece and whatnot, in Greek mythology and all that? I forget what those things are called. I'm shameful.
Yeah,
I should
the
have done
golden
that.
arcs.
Yeah. Anyway, and in there, you guys can, you can see that there is a pillar in the very center of this temple. And the
Is it a pillar of eternity?
No.
Okay.
But, this pillar's only like 3 feet tall. But atop this pillar, there is a floating, what looks to be not a jar, but like a cylinder, a glass cylinder. And it's got metal ends on it, and there's like blue glowing runes on the metal ends of it. And next to this pillar with this glowing, or this glass cylinder, looks to be a small mechanical sphere. And as you guys approach, the little sphere kind of looks like it moves a little bit.
Can I poke at it?
You want to get close enough and poke it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You get close enough to poke it, and you start to reach out, and your employer says, hey, don't touch any... And it doesn't matter, because Siyo has already pushed his finger to this object. This little metal mechanism orb. And the little mechanism, it starts moving. And it's got like all these different components and plates and gears and gyros, and they start spinning and moving. And before long, it pops open. And there is a small bluish green orb contained within this mechanism. And this little orb begins to take shape, and it turns into a young man. And he's made of this glowing blue-green light. And he looks out at you, but it's like he's talking to you but doesn't actually see you. And he begins talking, and he says, hey, you. And by you, I mean me, because I should be the only person that can get down here. If somebody else has managed to get down here, consider this a warning. Leave. What is down here is not meant for the world above. If my traps and my door didn't get rid of you, let this warning get rid of you. What is contained within this glass jar cylinder is not to be tampered with. It should never be released. And it definitely should never be exposed to the outside world. Everything you see before you is the consequence of this single thing existing. What I had to do in order to contain this. An entire city, thousands of lives laid to waste, forever captured in stasis and locked within these constructs. Because I could not bring myself to end all those lives. So instead I saved them the only way I could. don't let this happen to the outside world. Now, if I'm still talking, and it's me that I'm talking to, this is all new information to me. Because he's coming for me. And I'm breaking my memory up into these fragments and locking them inside these orbs, so that I may remind myself, in small portions, of what it is I'm fighting against. The evils that pursue me. And I can't be sure that my own mind is safe anymore. And so, as I need to, I will re-access these memories. That's all I have to say on that for now. When you need to know more, seek out the next orb. But as I said, make sure nothing. This single spore inside this jar, make sure it never leaves. And then he vanishes. And the construct just falls to the ground and shatters.
Does that thing sound like or have the same shape as the guy that's hiring us right now?
No.
So
you can tell it is definitely somebody different. It's a younger person. Somebody that looks like a teenager or a late teenager. But he's got his shape. He's got like a single braid in the front of his hair that's got a little tiny skull woven into his hair. And he's dressed in what looks like relatively good attire, but it looks like he's got bones woven throughout his attire.
The Temple of the Spore. I remember legends told of this place.
Your boss kind of looks at you and just says, "You're so full of shit."
But this is the lost city of Atlantis.
Atlantis? Never heard of it.
Really? An important man like you?
Obviously, the city wasn't important enough. Well, clearly this warning was a load of bullshit, and whatever this is extremely valuable, so I say we take it and be on our way.
Wait. Let's stop for a minute. How do we not know that person that he was so scared of isn't you?
Because if I was the person he was scared of, don't you think that the door would have been made specifically to keep me out?
That's why you hired us. Next excuse.
I didn't use you to open the door.
Yeah, but you used us to protect you. Next excuse.
And a
I
lot
think
of good
we
that's
should come
done me.
back for the spore, because it may trigger the construct to attack us.
And I'm saying if we leave, we may not be able to get back in. We should take what we can now.
No, I say we don't touch it.
What
I don't
say
think
you,
that
man
we
of
should
God?
desecrate this. I don't think that we should desecrate this temple.
Well,
It's the
a
temple
shame
of
that
the
I'm
Holy
one that hired
Spore.
you. So,
we roll an initiative? What's happening?
that depends on if you guys really want to pick this fight.
I think this guy's a little higher level than us. But what's
What gave
to
it
stop
away?
him
Him being so important?
What's to stop him from grabbing the spore and shit breaks loose and he just teleports himself to safety and leaves us? Nothing.
Are you saying that in character or out?
Yes, I asked him that question. What's to keep you from taking this spore and abandoning us here when shit goes bad?
Because I could abandon you right now if I wanted to. I'm telling you, I want to take this. I'm giving you the option to join me. Let me clarify. I am taking this. It's just a matter of whether you three leave here with me, or if this place becomes your tomb as well.
there could be greater risks by taking this.
Yeah, I'm not
Why
going
would
to
he
take the
leave-
advice of
Why
a
would he
glowing
leave
green light.
funding?
I think
What I can see ahead of me seems to be a very powerful artifact. Something that, I don't know, perhaps belongs within the Academy vault. Something that doesn't belong in a cave waiting for anybody to come down here and try to tamper with it.
I think we should find more of his memories and see what else he has to say.
Can I see if he's lying? What kind of check would that be?
Insight. You want to check to see if he's lying about what? Taking it to the Academy?
Yeah, and locking it up in the vault. So let's see. 16?
As far as you can tell, he's not lying.
What would you like for a roll to kind of feel how strong this guy is compared to us?
Oh boy, howdy. You know what? Judging somebody's power based on senses, give me a survival check. It's a little weird to say, but I can't think of any other skill that would go into place, and survival would be like, let me judge if this is gonna get me fucking murdered or not.
On survival, I got a 2. But
You got a 2? You
but
said a 2?
what about? Yeah, 2.
Oh yeah, as far as you're concerned, this dude is like absolute
about-
weak sauce.
What about wisdom? Because you're looking at the true nature of a creature, seeing if it.
But that's not a skill, that's an actual attribute.
Say,
I might also accept. I might give you perception.
an 18.
Oh yeah, with an 18, you can feel that this guy, if he was opposed, he would be quite the challenge, if not extremely lethal. You're not sure. You feel like he's giving you every chance in the world to not get yourself killed, but he's also not going to take no for an answer. Because he's very important.
Are there other spoils that we can get?
Have you seen any other spoils since we got here? It seems like everything made of metal is... Oh, that's interesting. Everything made of metal is gone. And there's metal constructs all over the city. That's interesting. But all their food is gone. Everything made of metal is now being used to create the constructs. What of value could you possibly want to find? It looks to me like our true prize is right before us.
Maybe we should find the other orbs to find out why the constructs are here and what happened to the city so it doesn't happen to another city.
Do you want to go through this entire city looking for these orbs? We have no idea where these orbs could be, if they're even here. For all we know, this is more widespread, and these orbs could literally be anywhere on the face of the earth.
Let's meet halfway.
It looks like you're already meeting me halfway.
If
Yes, that was a short joke.
What you plan to do with the spoil?
We have to lock it in the vault of the Academy.
how about we'll hand it to our holy man to hold on to until we get out, and then we can discuss once we get out of here.
See, that would be a good idea, except, I don't know anything about, but I'm kind of the boss of these other two.
Oh, he's the boss of you guys.
I am, considering they both have tattoos that mark them as adventurers, and I founded the academy.
Whoa, we got big bricks in here.
So,
Do you have any way to prove that you're one of the founders?
did I stutter? I didn't say I was one of them. I said I founded it. The academy is mine.
Stuffer, do you know your history of the...
I can tell you for sure I'm not touching that fucking thing. So if he wants it, he can take it.
Okay, I go and I poke it. Put my finger on it.
You poke it?
Yeah, I put my little finger on it.
Oh, for the love of God. Roll a sleight of hand.
Oh shit. Okay. $16?
You poke it, and as if it's reacting to your touch, the glass cylinder drops out of this floating state that it was in, and you just barely manage to catch it before it hits the ground. Oh, thanks for almost breaking that. But now that you seem to be already carrying it for me, how about we do as I say?
Okay. Headmaster, bossmaster, sir.
Oh, no. I'm not the headmaster. I'm the founder. I pay someone to be the headmaster.
Okay, founder, bossmaster of bosses, founder, sir.
Okay, this guy is a capital kiss ass, but I like him.
I like monies. You had the monies.
I do have the monies. I also have ways of making your ranks within the Adventurers Academy a lot higher.
Ooh.
Ooh, future offspring of Siyo Silver, yay.
Yeah.
Just
I'm still not
saying, if we
sure about
get out of this place, is there any way I can get one of those tattoos without doing the rest of the stuff?
that. Consider this your initiation. If you guys do as I say. I don't want to use any magic here, because if I do, it might trigger the constructs. However, if you're not going to do as I want, well, I may just have to teleport out of here with said cylinder and leave you to fight the thousands of constructs, should they react that way.
You can take me with you. I have the thing. I say okay.
Well, I mean, of course, considering you have the thing. Any objections?
Not here.
Man of God?
This is how you would treat students of the academy? You would abandon them?
You stopped being my students the instant you graduated. It's like a passage into adulthood. I no longer have to hold your hand, but you still have to be held accountable for your actions. And defying me would be a very bad action.
See, now I important. I have that thing. It makes me important.
So what'll it be, man of God? Is this the hill you die on?
Which hill is that again?
I don't know.
I mean, we got it. Let's try and get out of here, I guess.
I mean, if we're all in agreement, then we can just teleport out of here. And who really gives a shit what these constructs decide to do afterwards, because they'll be in here. I mean, aside from the fact that we left the front door open, but, you know, that's minor details. Is everyone good with this plan? Last call.
Let's
I'm
go.
okay.
I suppose.
All right. You two, congratulations on passing your test. And you, Mr. What's your name?
Ronan. Ronan
Ronan.
Underhill.
Ronan Underhill. Welcome to the Academy. Let's get out of here now. And he just kind of snaps his fingers, and all of you guys feel that sinking feeling in your stomach again, and suddenly you are back at the Academy. But he's got you in a place you've never seen before. You guys are in front of a giant door, a giant vault door. And he says, this is the entrance to the Academy. Everything behind this door is extremely dangerous. So, you guys have been selected to bring this back. I expect you to enter with just that and leave with nothing. And he waves his hand, and as he does, the vault door mechanisms begin to move, and the door rolls open. And inside, you guys see a lot of different artifacts and a lot of different tools and devices and all sorts of stuff. That some of what you guys remember hearing about during your lessons, but there's a lot of stuff in here that is extremely dangerous.
TNT. Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Oh, we just got demonetized.
Ah,
Sucks to be me. And he says, congratulations. Now, put that on its own pedestal. It will float like it did back at the temple. Don't touch it afterwards.
I guess I walk in and I'm looking around, and I go ahead and put it on a empty pedestal.
Very good. Now, come on. Let's get you out of there. This place is not a place to linger.
And I walk out.
He waves his hand again, and the door reseals itself shut. And he says, excellent job, all three of you. Ronan, welcome to the Academy again. And he snaps his fingers, and you feel a slight burning, but you look at your wrist, and you can see the mark of the adventurer on your wrist. And Clorivious and Siyo, you guys feel all burning too, but you guys look, and your tattoo is changing a little bit. The details are a little bit finer. There's a few extra things on it. And he says, welcome to rank 2, all three of you.
it burns.
I was waiting for somebody to say something.
That's terrifying. I've never heard you make that sound before.
You're welcome.
And in
So-
case it wasn't abundantly clear, I'm the founder of the Academy. You guys may just refer to me as Scath.
Gath.
Scath.
Mr.
Gath.
Scath, sir,
That's me.
could I ask you about an item in my possession?
You may.
So I cautiously draw a hilt that has no blade on it. And I say, what can you...
What can I what?
Okay. And I say, what can you tell me about this?
Oh. That, my friend, is an interesting sword called Ashrend. It only has a blade when you draw it with the intent to use it against another living creature. It will not appear if you use it if you want to use it to chop down a door or anything so barbaric. The blade is capable of setting enemies on fire, and if you channel some energy into it, you can cause it to have spikes erupt from the ground that will pierce your enemies and use their life force to heal you.
I got a chubby right now.
That's interesting.
Sketch found a mattress too. I got some item too.
It is a two-handed sword, though, so you would have to you would have to wield it with both hands. You wouldn't be able to use both of those weapons you've been toting around.
I understand.
What items are you interested in, my little Kiro?
I pull out a living skull with red eyes that's kind of like blinking and darting around, as well as a jar of magic glowing powder.
Oh,
What
interesting.
are these?
Well, the powder is dust of disappearance. It looks like you've only got enough for a single use, but you sprinkle that over top of yourself and you have invisibility for a short time. The other...
You're a wizard, hey?
The other appears to be a skull, although I'm not quite sure what enchantment is on it. That's very interesting. And can you hear that? It almost sounds like the skull is whispering. That's fascinating.
Is it safe to carry?
I would assume probably not, but that's entirely up to you. It could be an extremely dangerous artifact. But until we know more about it, we can't really classify it as such. If you wish, you can leave it with the Academy and we can do research on it. Or you may keep it with you and attempt to discover things yourself.
I leave it at the academy.
You want to leave it here?
I'll leave it here with you, and maybe I come back and discover what it does.
That sounds splendid. I will just take that off your hands.
And give him
And he takes it from you, and as he takes it from you, he kind of like gives it like a double take, and kind of looks at you and he says, "And this thing has never spoken to you?"
I don't remember. It looked at me. It liked me.
Interesting.
It watches me. It likes to watch me.
Yes, I will make
Sometimes
sure
when
that
I'm
the
in bed
research
alone and I
department-
use my hand, it's creepy, but it's okay.
I tap Siyo. I say, show him the feather.
Yeah, I have a magic feather too. And then I like draw this big portrait of myself in a finger, like naked, and hold my finger out, touching Clorivious, and he's naked and holding his finger out, and we're like touching fingers on the floor.
No.
Clorivious, I may watch out for that one. I think he may be wanting to touch tips, so to speak. I mean, unless you're into that, but you'll have no judgment from me, but, That's fascinating. I will take this skull to research and development and have them look it over. Is that everything?
As a reward, can I get a magic bow?
You want a magic bow?
Yeah.
I don't think we have any magic bows on hand. But if you follow me, then we can see what we do have for each of you.
Okay, I like.
Lead the way.
Boy howdy. So he begins leading you guys to a room where he's got it's kind of like the vault, but there's nothing in here that really looks like it's like a weapon of mass destruction, basically. And that's going to have to hold on until next week because I need to remember what items I had here.
Dun, dun.
Good night,
Son of
folks.
a bitch.
Yeah, that's a fun place to end it. I'll leave you guys on a cliffhanger for your rewards.
Thank you.
You're
Did
welcome.
we level?
Yeah.
You did level. So you guys have
Is
some work
it-
to do for next week.
Is this going to be like an anime that you're all into and stuff that leads on a cliffhanger and then you find out it gets canceled after that season?
I mean, that's 100% possible.
You bastard. God, I'll kill Kuka right now if I can just have my thing.
As much as I would love to see that.
I mean, now he knows he can use the dual-handed flame sword.
Yeah, and after the show, I would like to talk a little more about it.
Yeah, I actually have all the stuff written up for that, so I will send that to you so that you can save it somewhere and keep track of that. And if you have any extra questions, I might have missed something on it, so if you have questions regarding that, then we can look into that.
Awesome.
But yeah, I already knew you had that, and I had already developed the item because I had intended for you to have it, so I was waiting for you to just try drawing the hilt and fighting somebody with it, but you never did, so instead you got the answer from him.
I was kind of looking for direction on it because I was thinking like I had to find a place to figure out what to do, or if you had to, or how to channel that energy into it to do what he did, So it's good to have found out.
So there is stuff that you do have to channel into it. Yeah, we'll discuss it after the show. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's the end of the show, folks. Let's do our
Coming
sign-offs
next
real
week,
quick.
Clorivious and Ashrend.
Wait.
Yeah, Clorivious and Ashrend, and his other swords are going to feel extremely neglected.
It's okay.
Probably.
They aren't intelligent.
All right, so why don't we do sign-outs? Not Clorivious. I almost called you by your character's name. Suffer, why don't you sign us out first?
Hello, I am Supherbyus, here playing Clorivious Demonary. Having a good time, guys. You can find me on Twitch or Twitter at the same name you see here, Supherbyus. Thanks for stopping in.
All right, Kiro.
Hey, I am KiroKatchi, also known as Siyo Silver. You can catch me on Twitch or on Twitter. Codename KiroKatchi, KiroKatchi. Also every Friday here on downloading content. Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And Mr. Kuka.
I'm KiroKatchi84. You can find me. I haven't been streaming lately, but sooner or later, hopefully, I can get back to streaming. You can find me on Twitch under KiroKatchi84, or find me here on Fridays.
And I am SSR. You can find us, here on Fridays at 6 p.m. PST. I also stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thatbaldbastard. I mean, OtterMadness _DLC. And you can find me on Twitter under the same name, except no underscore. It's just OtterMadness DLC. So, yeah. Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And we will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.